hit this. Hello, everyone. My name is Alice Bull, and we are here for Scrapbook Live. This is an event that we host with the Scrap Happy family once a month, and I'm really excited to have you join us today. It is one of the ones that we do for the members, but also we like to invite extra people to come and join us. Today, I am going to be scrapbooking with a kit from the ScrapRoom. And I have been loving these kits. They're called the Flavors of the Month. You can find the ScrapRoom at scrap-room.com. And I have taken just a wee little peek at this month's kit, but I can't wait to show you what's in my kit. Heather says she has an appointment for her shot in a couple of weeks. She's going to get a hair appointment. That is so fun, Heather, like getting a hair appointment. I haven't had my hair done since last February, like go over a year and then some. And so, yeah, there's some colors showing up in this hair. There's some colors showing up in this hair that I'm not familiar with.
Yes, mine's white, not silver.
Yeah, it's highlights. I have natural highlights. Well, today we are going to be scrapbooking with this kit. So why don't I show you what's in my kit? I've also been playing with a lot of fun things lately because I've been doing this series on YouTube called Happy at Home. It is on YouTube every day at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, every weekday during the month of April. So we can hang out a lot if you want to do that. And I kind of dive into different scrappy techniques and ideas. And it's a good chance like to hang out and chat and do some stuff. And I tell you, I have been so inspired. I've had embossing powders out this week. I've had watercolors out this week. It has been so fun. I have a couple things here to show you. So we did play with a little bit of watercolor, and I've made this background that I can't wait to use. It hasn't been right for the projects I've had yet, but it is so sparkly and shiny. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It is gorgeous. Beth says, I love Happy at Home. I've had to catch it on replay most days, but I look forward to watching. Thank you so much. We played with embossing powder. We actually brought in an expert, Kim Evans from Emerald Creek Crafts, shared some tips about embossing powder. She showed us some really cool things. I haven't tried them all yet, but really excited to try a few more of the ideas. But let me tell you, I have been playing since then. So we did some embossing with black lines, and then I watercolored. Diane says, I enjoyed the video on the Nuvo drops. That's right. We brought my friend Amy Myers, and she is a little obsessed with Nuvo. And so we talked about Nuvo drops. We talked about their newer expanding mousses and crackle mousses, their embellishment mousse. We talked about their new glacier pastes. So that was really fun. So yeah, embossing with watercolor. I did another one. This is on plain paper. I had tried doing a little bit of alcohol markers with the embossing. We found out that's not a go. Don't do that. Doesn't work. It bleeds some of the embossing off of there. It kind of breaks it down. So I switched that one to watercolor. This one I did with my Gina K amalgam ink. I'm super fond of this. I think she's a genius. But it doesn't bleed, and you can use it with watercolor. You can use it with alcohol markers, which I did with this one. I showed the tri-blend markers that day, and they're so easy to color with. I've done more with watercolor because I've just loved it so much. So I've made a few of these. We did a little bit of resist technique. I played extra afterwards. So resist technique with embossing powder. And we also did some white embossing powder with some watercolor and some more of that resist. And then yesterday we brought it all together by creating a fun background inspired by some Vicky Bouton paper. And this was the finished product. I'm so excited. Here, I should put it on my other camera. Let's bring up the other camera and we can get started showing this. Going to bring this up. I made sure that it worked earlier. And there we go. So this is the layout that I ended up making yesterday. And you can see the little subtle color in the background. There's little bits of shiny stuff on here. And I am just in love with it. But yeah, you can see different colors poking through the background. There's a little bit of the chicken wire that I stamped on there, kind of showing up on the page. Hard to catch on the camera, but it's there. But you can see the white line, the white embossing powder effect. And so I stamped out a few more of them and cut those out. Didn't get my journaling and everything done, but it's kind of coming together. Okay, so that's some of the stuff that we've been playing with in the Happy at Home. It has been so much fun. Since then, I have been playing with all of my stuff on my desk. I was experimenting a little bit last night with some markers and then embossing powder over top of them. And then I started creating with some embossing powder that was called, oh my gosh, what is this one called? It was called Rock Candy Powder from Pam Bray Designs. It's made from Emerald Creek Crafts and it is called Caramel. And just look at that cool effect. It actually has little rocks in it, which I thought was really crazy. And this is that Nouveau expanding mousse. So this is the part that I expanded and kind of heated, and this is the part where it's not, and you can still see the shine on that. But I'm thinking that looks really cool. So I'm like, what am I going to do? Am I going to make a card with it? I doubt it. So I actually made another piece, and I'm going to turn this into a layout so that I have a 12-inch span to put on a page. And I'll probably just cover the seam with something so that you don't see the seam and it looks kind of seamless. But I'm thinking that's going to be really cool for a scrapbook page. So lots of fun in playing. But today we're going to play with some other stuff. So if you like that, please join me for the Happy at Home series. They have been so much fun. You can find them on YouTube. Totally free to come and join us. YouTube Live, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, every weekday. Okay, so this is my kit from the ScrapRoom, which I'm super excited to play with because it's like 4 mini kits. It's called the Flavors of the Month kit, and I have 4 mini kits in here. So this is the Embellishment Pack. It's an extra add-on to the pack. I like to get it because I had to have a few more fun things to play with, and we'll kind of show what goes with each of the 4 kits in here. So with most kit clubs or something, you end up getting a kit and everything in that kit kind of all matches. And so you have that one kit for the month. What I like about their kits is that you actually get the 4 kits. It's like little mini kits. And so you have 4 different fun things to play with all month. So this is from the Cartabella Flower Garden collection. So as my embellishment, there's always some kind of little embellishment in here. This is my embellishment. I have the whole sticker pack here. Can I turn that on? Does that make it better or worse? We'll see. And yeah, so I have the whole sticker pack to play with. And then there is pattern paper with the windows all over it. And there's little florals on the back. There's this beautiful one that looks kind of like watercolor. That's super pretty with the little polka dots in kind of tealy minty. What is that color in between teal and mint? Aqua. It's not even really aqua. I don't know. And this one's more like a minty green. And then the cut apart sheet. Ooh, that's fun. And then there's a couple sheets of cardstock in here so that I can put all of that together. So embellishments at 3 sheets of cardstock, and 2 sheets of cardstock, 3 sheets of pattern paper. And this Cartabella paper, if you don't know, Cartabella is like part of Echo Park, but Cartabella is all of their papers that are the textured papers. So I don't know if you can see the really, you know, the lovely texture of the Cartabella. It makes it really, I don't know, when we're using papers, they're very tactile. And I love the fact that that Cartabella paper has that, the feel that it does, right? It's like a little bit like basil, but a slightly different touch. So the piece that I have in my embellishment kit that goes with this, let's open this up. I get the embellishment pack as well, which is an extra add-on, but I think it's totally worth it because they put a lot of great things in here. So there's always like a little something that goes with each of the kits. And in this one, I can see that I've got these chipboard frames that are going to match with that. So that's really nice. Oh gosh. I'm going to just tuck them right in there because I think it's better to have all the pieces together. Okay, so that's that one. Let's put this somewhere. The next kit that is here is a different one. This is fun. It is the Photo Play Little Boys Have Big Adventures pack. And I can see already in the embellishments what comes there. So included embellishments in here, they kind of break up some of the stuff so you don't necessarily get every little piece of a kit. But honestly, do you use every little piece of a kit? Sometimes you just need a little bit and it helps you to get there. So that is what I have here are some little die cut pieces. Some of them are little frames, little banners, little tags, like lots of cute things there. And then in the papers, I've got this fun one. It says nap, build, destroy, repeat. I'm like, oh, that was my life with the boys for so long. I'm like, and it's got cute little doggies and dinosaurs and stuff on here. It says, you are my sunshine. Look at that. That's fun. I never used that word, those words. Okay, has anybody else used those words on a boy page before? Because seriously, that's adorable. I've got some plaid paper. Is that plaid? Yeah, plaid paper. The yellow with kind of arrows. It's kind of motion. We got some more cool dinosaurs. The dinosaurs actually have like weird little stomachs that you can kind of see, and they've got all the little toys inside of them. There's trucks and cars and stuff inside of them. That's pretty creative. And then these kind of look like big sequins, and then we've got little plus signs on the other side. We got some cardstock paper to go with, and then I've packed everything up here. So that all came as part of the flavors of the month. Then in the additional add-on embellishment pack, I've got the whole sticker sheet. So that's great. And then next in my kit, this one is from Pink Fresh. It's called Keeping It Real. And here we have some embellishments. You'll see in here, there's die cuts. There's also some enamel dots in here. And then I have a little bit of the sheet with all of the puffy stickers and some of the words. So that's kind of fun because I don't necessarily have the whole sheet, but at least I have some of them so I can play with that. And then I have 3 sheets. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. You know, when you get a paper and you're already distracted because it's just like, ooh, you just want to skip right to it. Well, this paper it's called Keeping It Real. And so I think the whole idea is that it helps you kind of portray some of those other moments. So I'm just going to read you some of this. It says, right here, right now, ordinary moments. Life is full of ups and downs, is what it says. Keep going. You're doing better than you think. Perfectly imperfect. Good days, bad days. So it gives us the chance to kind of tell both sides of our story without it all being sunshine or all being super negative. Because really, like, if I was going to buy a kit that was all negative, I don't know, like, would I buy that? But this one kind of gives me the chance to tell either side of the story or be a little bit more realistic, because lots of stories have both sides to them. So, nice pattern on the back, but look at this paper. Ooh, I just see this and I'm like, ooh, I want to I want to play with that. Anything with like a color palette like that on it, I'm pretty much a sucker for those. And then we have some pretty little window nooks. Read more books, get lost in a good book, note to self, relax, take care of yourself, a walk will do you good, one with nature. So they've got some really fun little sayings on that. And then some pretty yellow paper and lots of little icons to help you tell your story. So that's nice. There's a couple sheets of cardstock that go with it. We looked at these embellishments, and in my add-on, there is a strip, a whole page of these stickers. I'm guessing that this is probably like, maybe there was 2 of them in a package or something, and they've given you part of that, but it might be the whole thing. I'm not sure, but it looks good. So that is that one. Then we have the final kit here. This is Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Cottage Fields. I think I read cotton. I read it twice in my head, actually. Cottage Fields. And we have some little die cuts for embellishments. So those are sweet. I'll have a peek at what's in there. We've got some of the, they're kind of like chipboard, but on foam. They're not chipboard, they're like on foam, but they kind of have the solid like paper type toppings. What are those called? Somebody could probably help me out there. Oh, I know what I don't have. I don't have my chat box open. Yeah, so pretty, very dramatic. Yeah, so lots of fun with that. And then let's take a look at these papers, because they're so gorgeous. Like, my heart kind of goes like pity pat when I see this, I'll tell you. So we've got this beautiful floral. What I love to do with papers like this is to take my little X-Acto knife and cut in a little bit on the sides and tuck stuff underneath those florals. And I think that's just like the funnest thing to do with papers like that. Oh, that backside is beautiful too. It's almost a tragedy when they make both sides of the paper so beautiful, because then you don't know which one to use. Then we've got this pretty blue one with like, it's like that old artsy kind of paper, right? Natural history, English moss, what do you call it? The botanicals kind of stuff. So more of that kind of style back in here with some fun butterflies. And then, ooh, I haven't had a nice polka dot for a while. I love a good polka dot. That one's nice. Ooh, and then some more fun papers with a little bit of wood grain, shiplap kind of happening in the background there. And then a couple of sheets of basil. And this one is called Walnut Cream. So it's not quite white, which is perfect to go with Simple Stories. They tend to pull into that not quite white a lot of times. So to go with that paper pack, I have an extra embellishment packet here, and it is page pieces, beautiful memories. So let's take a look at these page pieces. And so they actually have a little design on the back showing you what you might do with the little pieces to make a page. But I think we'll just like explore this whole little packet. So we've got this big word that says beautiful. And there's like a nice little strip. There's some banners. There's a little tag that says memories. And then there's a nice little label here. And then we got like assorted butterflies, flowers, banners, words. It says so lovely. I actually say that word a lot, so that's a good one for me. Okay, so lots of little fun pieces in that pack. So now I've had a good little peek at these kits. I'm going to show you what pictures I've printed to go with one of these. And then I'm going to have to pick a paper. I will say that not one of them is like screaming that it fits perfectly with my photos. So maybe you'll have a suggestion for me as to which one I should try. Okay, but those are so beautiful. Oh, I missed a little heart. Let's not miss that little heart. I might need that for that perfect little finishing touch for that page, right? Pop them in there. Okay, so we'll slide those in. So I have the Simple Stories. I have the Pink Fresh. I have the Photo Play, and I have the Card of Bella. And my photos today are sitting right here. I have printed a few photos that are me with the donuts. We made donuts for the first time. We just recently got a new stovetop because my husband has hated our stovetop for so long. And so this one holds heat very, very consistently. It's induction. And so he's been trying different fried things. And this is us making donuts. So I've got us cutting out the donuts and me eating the donuts, of course. And then I have a couple of set shots. So I printed those as little squares. So I've got little donuts I'll cut out. This is me actually cutting the centers out, and I'll show you something funny about that in a sec. And then our finished picture of the donuts. So I've got those little set shots. And this, we did not have a donut cutter, right? We didn't have like the little thing. So I used a glass to cut the outside part, and then to cut the inside, like we were trying to figure out what we could use to cut that little center. And I finally came up with one of these little jars, a little embellishment dish, and that cut the centers out of my donuts, and it worked really good. So that was kind of fun. So that's what I'm going to scrapbook. None of them are especially food related, but I don't think that I have a bad choice. I think this one with the farm life could be pretty. My photos are really bright. I am wearing a really hot pink shirt though, and I think that that could stand out a lot on this pretty paper. But I think if I went with this one, I'm gonna have a good time with that. Normally I would just go straight with this, and I love it and it's beautiful, but I want to try something different. Let's go with something that's maybe not my original, like just because I love the paper. I agree with Pink Fresh. Maybe that striped paper, says Sandy. The Pink Fresh Studio has a lot of donut looking circles, right? So we're feeling the vibe. Okay, we're on the same page. That's great. So that looks good. Let's pull out all of this stuff. There's even, okay, I just saw a word. I'm sure I just saw it. Where did I see? Oh, right here. What does it say? Dessert first. I'm pretty sure we ate donuts before we had dinner that night. So it could be kind of perfect. So this feels like a good choice. So we know that I'm in love with this paper right here. So we know we got to get some of that on here for sure. And, ooh, I like that yellow, and like contrast with yellows and pinks. So nice. We got some nice natural colors. So I'm going to have a look really quick to see what they've done for a sample sketch. They actually have a sketch challenge that's part of their club. So I have my sample sketch right here. Oh, my kit also came with coffee. It is salted caramel. I tell you, when I opened up my package of stuff, I just about ran straight to my coffee maker because it smelled that good. So cheers. I'm having a little bit of a salted caramel coffee today. I actually got my coffee made today. So that is what I'm enjoying with this today. And so they've got a 2-photo sketch, but like that can be adapted. They kind of got some fun, funky angles going on, little pieces in the background. What do you think? Should we try this? See if we can adapt this sketch? I think that's a potential. I don't know. I tend to be very linear, and this is so crooked. So crooked. I think I'm going to adapt their sketch a little bit. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adapt the sketch a little bit. It's going to be not so angled, just not into the angle. Should we put that here? If I can put this a little more out of the way and keep this on my desk. So that was my sketch. So I love to have like pattern paper backgrounds. That's just tends to be my thing that I love. But in an effort to make sure I can get my second page in, I do tend to use my cardstock as my backdrop. Just kind of looking at what I do have these lovely little circles. Oh, and I love that too. So many things. It's so hard when you love all the stuff. Okay, so I'm going to switch up this a little bit. I'm going to turn this little corner that you see here, I'm going to turn that into a whole strip. So I'm going to kind of just take this angled thing and straighten it out a little bit. And it's going to look different, but that's okay because it's my page. It's allowed to look different. Paper trimmer was on my desk. Oh, yeah. It's holding up stuff that I was showing you. So I think I'm going to take that and I'm going to start right down at the bottom with this little strip, and I'm going to do a cross section of this pattern. So that's where we're going to go. We're just going to dive in. So I'd love to know what everybody else is working on today. Sherry said that she loves the new Simple Stories collections they have coming out. They are knocking it out of the park. Seriously, it's so beautiful. Sandy says, I don't like that sketch for your photos, but maybe you can adapt it. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm like, it's a good jumping off point. I'm laughing. I like straight also, but I do really like this sketch. I know. It's like, I like, but I'm just not, it's good for donuts, right? Like it has that fun and funky, like it's a donut feel. But to keep this, I'm going to kind of do a little, maybe a 2-inch strip at the bottom, maybe 1.5. Let's do like a little tiny little bottom strip. And then we'll see if we need to bring some more of this in somewhere else. Plus, then I haven't ruined all of this lovely part back here. Okay, I'm not going to need this one, so I'm just going to move that one out. I'm going to use the cardstock as my background, and now I have this little strip, and it's going to go down here at the bottom. So that's going to be adaptation number 1. Now I do like the fact that they have some giant circles in here. I'm a little bit worried about how far my circle cutting systems are buried in my room right now. So we'll see what we get to when we get to some of that. There is another big banner strip that kind of goes across. And so that gives me a chance to use another fun little bit of color. The way I'm looking at this right now, like this has like lots of little pieces. So putting this on here isn't going to make a very grounding kind of strip. So I'm going to want something that's a little more solid. So I think my yellow is a pretty good choice for that strip. It looks like it's a little wider, and I think to support my photos. So what I'm thinking of doing is doing a little offset on the photos, something like this, and then having these ones kind of take this spot right here. So that it's kind of like I have 1 photo, 2 photo, but it's like 1 photo, 2 photos, but they're all kind of going to be part of this little grid. I think I'll make more of like a little grid. Am I going to overlap that or stick that up? We'll see. I didn't make them all the same size. I like that overlapping there. So it's just a matter of sitting your photos down. Now I'm going to decide the width of this banner that you can just barely see there. I'll bring it back in. Here, let me tape it to my desk so I don't keep shoving it off of the desk as I move things around. I'll just put it up in the corner here and tape that to my desk. Now it's not going to be disappearing on us. Oh, and it's not liking sitting there. My screen is in the way. Okay, so I'm going to need a strip that's about yay big. That's about 3.5. So that's what I'm going to cut. And I'm definitely going to cut it this way because these little things, I want them poking up, right? Because I think that they would look a little weird if they're sideways. So let me turn that into my little banner. And then I still have a lot of this. So that's nice. And then to make my banner flag part on this side, I'm going to just, so what I did 3.5. So that's like 1 3/4. That looks about right. I'm just going to put this and draw that in there because that's a lot easier than me trying to cut with my scissors. And I'll cut this little banner ends into there. If I had my bigger scissors, oh, these aren't really that much bigger, are they? If I had bigger scissors, I could reach them straight in there without having to do multi-cuts, but that's fine. So I'll cut that banner. There. And I think that will be cute, but do we need it just a little shorter? Yes, I'm going to take 1/4 inch or something off of there. So now I have my grounding pieces for this page. I can move these off for a sec. So those are the grounding pieces. And then I can just add the little embellishments and the layers in there. And I think that's going to be super fun. Okay, I'm going to stick these pieces down. Vicky says she is going through photos and organizing, but she's getting closer. Hold on a second. I'm going to switch back so I can chat with you guys for a minute. Let's go back here. So she is going through photos and organizing, but getting closer. She plans to go to a 2-day creative memory crop at the end of the month. So she's hoping to be organized by then to take her layout box and not her whole scrapbook room. Good luck, Vicky. Good luck. I know what that's like, but that's going to be wonderful. Sandy said she's wrapped in a sweatshirt and about to add an Afghan. She's drinking hot tea. She can't scrapbook like this. It was in the 70s yesterday, but today, brr. Oh, you know, I just turn up the heat. Just turn up the heat. You know, totally worth it. Turn up the heat. Jenny says, I'm working on an album for my granddaughter from a birthday when she was younger. She'll be turning 12 next month, so I need to get busy to give it to her for an early May birthday. That's awesome. But a whole album? That's ambitious. Like, you go, girl. Yeah. Heather is trying to work. She's working on a kit from October of last year that she's trying to finish. So yay, lots of fun stuff. And yeah, you guys, you're so sweet, like talking about like the donut cutter. I know, that was just like a super fun thing. Sandy says, haha, the heat is up. Any higher and the husband will have a stroke. Well, don't do that. You don't want that. But I know, it's like, does it kill you? Like, how much is it? Like, it's like, here's my $3. Pay to heat me, honey. Like, I'll skip going out to Timmy's today. Waynell says she's working on a layout using Sarah's first Sunday sketch. Yay! So that's a fun thing we have going on in our membership this month. I always like to try a few different things. We're always changing up stuff. We have our solids, right? We have happy hour every month. We have our scrapbook live every month. There's a few things that we always do. We've added these scrap happy together where we get to scrapbook together, just our members, and those are super fun. So we do those twice a month. So those are kind of our solids that kind of stay. They're the permanent fixtures right now. And load is always that, right? That's never going anywhere. But then I like to play with the other events and sessions to make sure that we're doing things that are, that feel fun and fresh, and it's like where we want to be right now. And so Sarah has been doing sessions called Scrap School for us, where we've kind of been exploring different techniques and playing with different things. She is like insanely talented at using stamps on her pages. Like, I don't know. Do you guys know somebody that's better at using stamps on layouts? Because Sarah is so good with that. Her stamping stuff is like amazing. And so yeah, so she's been doing some different classes for us. And then this month with the Happy at Home session, I'm like live every weekday. So that's exciting. And we've got some of our scrap happy things in there too. We actually, I don't know if you saw on the calendar, we have a Scrap Smarter session. This is like a single class. And my friend Amy Meyer, the one who was like, hey, look at what I do with all my Nuvo stuff, a little Nuvo obsessed, my Nuvo obsessed friend. She is going to be teaching our Scrap Smarter session. So good news for everybody, Scrap Smarter session, when we do them live, they are free to come and join us. Then the replays are available for 1 week. And then at the end of that Scrap Smarter session, after that week, they're just for our Scrap Happy members. They go into our Scrap Happy member vault. So that's some of the stuff that we have coming up this month. I think that one's on the 21st. Pretty sure that's on the 21st that we're going to be doing that with Amy. So we have a lot of fun things happening. But because we're doing the Happy at Home, I'm like, Sarah, do you want to come and join me on Happy at Home? And she's like, yeah, but like, what are our members going to have? And so she's like, what if I did some sketches and I'll post a weekly sketch? And I'm like, super cool. So she is posting a weekly sketch in our membership, and Wynell is using it right now. So thank you. Thanks for mentioning that. I was so excited. It's such a fun idea. We do have a monthly sketch, and it's going to be out here right away. I'm getting that. It was my fault. It was totally my fault. I was working on load. I was not paying attention to the fact that it was April. And so I didn't submit my stuff so that I could get my sketch back. So please blame me. But our regular monthly sketch will also be in play. So we are going to have multiple sketches. And if you use each of the sketches, each one is going to count as an entry into our sketch draw, which we're going to do. I think we missed our sketch draw last time because I got distracted. So we're going to get draw for that one too. We never miss out on prizes if I forget to draw them. Deetra gave me trouble. She's like, Alice, you forgot to do the draw. And I'm like, I'm sorry. She's like, I should have been there to tell you. I'm like, I'm sorry. I totally forgot, but we'll get it next time. So we have more prizes, and she has them because she's sitting there on the prizes already. They are cut file and other little surprises from Christina Sorge from Redefine Creative. So she has the prizes. Deetra already has them, so she's like waiting to give them out, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I forgot to draw it. So we'll do that during happy hour this month. So lots of fun things going on right now. I'm going to go back to this layout, but I just wanted to be like catch up with some of our chat. But yeah, Sandy, just turn up the heat. Donna, Donna's got some fun papers. She's holding up. Can I ask you to unmute, Donna? What do you got there? Let's have a little chat.
Yeah, I thought this, if I can get it. Look, this is what you need for your page.
You make
the world a better place. And look at the donut. Wait, let me find the camera. Look at the donut.
So fun. It's like a total sprinkle donut.
Mm-hmm.
So fun. I will tell you, when I made that donut glaze, I had no idea how much butter goes into glaze. I was a little shocked by that, actually. I'm like, oh, that would be like when I pick up a glazed donut. I'm thinking it's sugar. I'm thinking it's more like icing. But no, glaze is different. It's packed with butter. So when you have those greasy fingers after eating a glazed donut, it's butter. But it was delicious.
I got this kit from Peachy Cheeks one recently.
So fun. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
So
that would be perfect.
it would. I'm sorry I can't send it through the. Let me send it on to you. Did you get it?
I know. Well, okay, so that feels like a TikTok moment right there, right? We need to have a pass the scrapbook stuff TikTok going on here. You pass something and then I just magically have it. And, you know, that's totally what those kids do nowadays. They're so creative.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, well, I'm going to head back to this and let's take these spotlights off so that we go back to the screen share here. Let's see. Okay, so we have a page in progress. Ta-da! It's actually working. That's good news. Why does it feel so dark in here? It is so, oh, it's snowing. It is snowing. Oh, like, why does it look so dark? Oh, because it's ridiculously dark and snowing. Great. Okay, I know where my circle cutter is, but I don't know that I know where my cutting pad is and the little blades. And even if I find the little blades, I can't really do it without the cutting mat. Oh, okay, I found the cutting mat because I want to use this circle to cut, or this one, to cut a nice big circle for my page. Oh, now can I be lucky enough to just find them? Are they just going to be
Don't you have a new cutting system?
What's that? No, I like this one. It works great.
I mean, didn't you just get something like my silhouette where you can cut any
Oh,
size?
Sure. I got a Brother Scan and Cut, and it is awesome. I love it. I'm not very good at using it yet. So I think that would take me longer than finding my blades. Actually, I think I put one of my set. I have two sets of blades because, of course, when I got the newer style of blades, I didn't throw out the old ones. So I have my blades. I can grab them really quick. Oh, maybe I didn't put them away. This could be a problem. Oh. Oh, I got lucky there. They were hiding behind the paper towel. I have so many craft things out from this happy at home sitting on my desk so I can just like grab this thing and grab this thing and grab all the things. But I found my mat. I found my circles. Now we just have to pick a color. I think we're going to use this light blue for the circle. And then I can use some of the tags with some of the other ones. So if the circle is that color, then in between the yellow and that circle, I can put some, like this little piece that's sticking out here, it can have some of those little icons on it. And that will totally work because they'll be layered between contrasting patterns, right? So that's my goal that I'm looking for. But we should look really quick. Do we want this circle or this circle? How big a circle? That one's really big. Let's go with the smaller one. So this is a really old cutting system. Anybody that's not familiar with it, life is ups and downs. I just don't want to like cut, like there might be like one of these little good sections that I need for the other side. So we're gonna put it up here. I actually want the other side, but I'm gonna put it here so that I know that I'm not interfering with some of these lovely things that I'll use in some of the other sections. So there we go. I could do a circle of circles, I suppose. I'm gonna use my medium one. So this is an old system from Creative Memories. I've had it for a million years and it works great. I probably could use new blades, but honestly, until these totally don't cut, I probably will keep using the same ones. And as long as you just run along that little track, you see these little knobs that go into the track, they cut around it, and then you get a perfect circle. And you have different blades because the track is a different distance from the blade. So the little nubs to the blade, these little nubs are further away and these ones are even further away. So then you can create different mats if I wanted to mat the circle. Just in case anybody hasn't seen these, the good news is I heard recently they still have these. So they might have been around forever, but I find that they are one of the most consistent ways, fastest ways when you can find them, to actually cut a circle for a scrapbook page and project. Oh, so cute. Okay, so I've got my circle. And then I'm going to take some of this. Do I want this or no? I want the one with the little tiny icons, which was the yellow. And then see this little rectangle here that kind of goes behind those? Well, we're going to lay my photos down for a sec, and then we're going to fit the little tiny icons in there. And you see how those will layer really nice between the yellow and this blue. And once we tuck a few more things in there behind there, I think it's going to look great. That's just a good place to put the little icons so that they're not getting like lost into the background. Okay, I'm gonna stick this little strip down at the bottom so that it doesn't disappear on my desk or something. This is a new adhesive. Let's get it rolling. There we go. After load, I had to order some more adhesive. And if you're waiting on a load prize, they usually take about 10 to 12 weeks after the happy hour. So the happy hour was like mid-March. So don't expect them yet, although they have been. I've just got notification that they were going to be shipped to us because we need the final numbers, right, to be able to get this stuff. So it takes a little bit. Okay, so that's on there. And then I'm going to tuck my layers here. This picture is kind of like, this one is fun, but this one is kind of like the money shot, right? Like that, it's the action or whatever. I did have one with me actually biting it. Those just aren't flattering. I take those pictures, but it's like, ooh, that's just not flattering, right? You know, when you've got something going into your mouth like that, and less flattering. So I'm going to have these like this and this. So now I can kind of see how I want these other layers to tuck and exactly where this is going to all sit. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this so much. Okay, so to get this out here, to have some of these little icons, I'm gonna cut a piece. Let me just do a ruler for a second. I'm gonna cut a piece that is 7. I'm gonna make it like a longer box, I think, so that I can get a little bit more of it on here. So 7 by 4. And I'm noticing that a lot of these little icons are kind of cut, like they're kind of cut in half. So I'm going to actually cut just a little edge off so that the more complete icons are right at the top so that we see them a little bit better, like those little coffee cups and stuff. Because, you know, what do you have with donuts? Well, coffee. So totally makes sense for those to be sticking out the top. Let's see here. I'm just going to cut down to 4. I don't know if this is going to get tucked underneath, but this gives me the option to layer in the way that I want. Okay. So now I have this piece. And then they have like another like tag piece and another piece in here. So we'll see if I had a little bit more. I almost wish I had another solid color, but I don't. I could make a little tag that kind of looks complementary to the pink by using these two pink ones that kind of stick out the top here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to just cut another strip off of here so that I'm not destroying this whole thing on the back. So I might want to use one of these. Day by day, take a breath. It's okay. You got this might be really good for this, right? So I'm going to just cut this layer off right here. And then I can turn this little pink section into kind of like a little faux tag, right? Because you don't need the whole tag when you're just creating an effect. You're just kind of layering in the piece. So and it's just going to be like a duo colored tag. Fun. So I'm just going to cut the ends off of this. I forgot to open the chat back up. Let's open that back up. Snow is a bad word. I know. I can't believe it. Like, last thing we need more of right now is snow. Vicky says, I like my creative memories, though I have 3 machines and a couple of circle cutters, but the creative memories is my go-to. We still have the circles. I know. It's because they work so good. Okay, so then I'm going to take this corner, and now when I've snipped this corner, one of the things I like to do is flip it over, line it up on the opposite corner, and then it can be my guide so that I can get the perfect little tag corner here so that it matches the angle of the other side. And then that can get tucked here. So it looks like I have a little tag. And then they've got like another little color piece here, which I think would be nice to bring in another little piece. Let's see. Sure, that works, right? Okay, so we've got some of that happening. This is turning into a good little design. This will layer over that. Okay, so I'm gonna stick down my yellow piece. I'm not sure if I want to tuck this underneath the yellow. Let's try that. I've moved all the little pieces. Good job. Trying to be smooth. Oh, and I've got the little enjoy on here. That's adorable. Okay, so I've got my tag piece. I've got my little corner piece. And then that, yeah, I think that's better to have those like this. No, I like the other way better. I'm going to cut just a little tiny bit off the bottom of it. It's feeling a little long. So I'll cut to the end of that other coffee cup. Okay, so that's going to be the order of the layers, getting those figured out. You guys feeling this is kind of coming together? You know, then we add some little embellishments, a title, save a little space for my journaling. And then we get to do a draw, right? We get to like win prizes. so that's always a fun thing. Okay, I'm gonna take this. Rather than like stick too much along the top edge, I'm just gonna stick more along the bottom part of this so that I can tuck things. I don't have like too much going underneath this banner, but I'll have a bit going underneath the banner. And so I'll just tuck here. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Having a moment. Let's just line up the stuff again. Little pieces. I think it's better there. Okay, this is gonna stick here. I need to bring this over. That's what that's showing me right there. That has to come more this way. So I'm gonna stick this little piece in here right now. Get that part of my layer in there. And then my tag layer. I'll put something on top of the tag to kind of finish it. Okay, now I can take these photos off again. And as long as I stick everything right here where it's supposed to be, it's gonna be great, right? Actually, I might do that one over top. That one. Add my circle. That's a great tip to do. You, Jenny, like for the little banner corners and for the tag corners. Yeah, it's just a matter of like taking it off and then flipping it up so it's upside down on there. And once you do that little upside down flip, then it's good. No, I want this over top of that, I think. So then we've got all the little layers and pieces kind of taking this sketch and flipping it to the side. I've covered it all up, but you know, we've got most of the pieces on there already. And we'll add this. Just moving that up a little. And then I can add my photos because everything else is pretty much just a layering and tucking kind of thing, right? Make sure that I got that layer in the right place. It looks good so far. I moved this around 12 times and I'm still moving it around. That's hilarious. Okay. Simple pleasures. Ooh, I like those words. I want to save that, but I don't know if I'm going to get to. See, now I'm wishing I should have tucked it. I just want it tucked over here, but not over here. No, it's okay. Yeah, I'm not going to get to keep it. Maybe I have too many pictures of donuts. I definitely go with more pictures a lot of times. Yeah, I'm losing all my little icons. That's super sad. Okay. Oh, well, it's coming up very cute. But now Beth says she's hungry for donuts. I know. We actually froze them because we're like, oh, but you know, day-old donuts just aren't as good. But if we do, you know, if we make it so that the, if we freeze them, you pull them out and you have them straight out of the freezer, oh, then they'll be good, right? Turns out we were right. They are good. Okay. This one's definitely going to overlap there. Get this whole thing sorted out. I have so many lights on and my desk looks so dark. That's hilarious. There's so many lights in this room. They are LED. I will say that. They are LED. I could underlap this to keep that in there and then kind of create a little grid a little bit more. Is it better? It's better. Okay, so I'll hide the little donut picture in there. Good idea. Who said that? Mont. I don't know who you are. Mont. Good job. Good job. Thank you. She's like, overlap the photos more. All right. Let's pull this just a little touch so I can still read the simple pleasures because I think that's really cute. And get my donuts back on here. A little pick me up. That's going to stay on here too. And then my final photo, I already taped it. Yeah, let's put that one up just a tiny bit more. And this one will go right here. Really trying to get those words in there. We'll keep a little bit of border in there. There we go. Woo, that was a close one. Wanda says, it's making me want to use my new kit, but my snow and Christmas stuff is all over. There. That's good. I'm happy with how that came down. I've got some space where I can add my journaling right here. I've got room to add some fun little embellishments. And I've got the word good. So, you know, that's definitely going to go. I don't need the vibes, but good. Yeah, that's going to go right there. Let's put that on right now. I'm like, that's going to go. I'll overlap that a little bit. So that looks fantastic. And living the dream, pretty much the donut dream. Cool. I like that too. So I've got a couple of those little pieces on here. I'll have to add some more of these. I've got this lovely little dessert first, so you know that has to come and make it into this page right here, which would be a good place to add my journaling. Well, no, that journaling is going to fit right here. But then treating myself, it's fine really. So treating myself, so many feelings, back to bed, good for the soul, proud of me. This is right now taking care of me. Things will get better. Love this most. Little pick me up. Sarcasm. I've already got that kind of here, right? Enjoying this. That would be good. Nervous eating. It says losing my mind. Like they went for it with these words, guys. They went for it. Losing my mind. Oh, I want to put this on a pop foam thing. Let's do that. I do what I want. Me time, no way. Late for everything. Get out of my bubble. Nailed it. Oh, nailed it. It's going to have to go on here, right? So I'm going to add this little piece right here. And, oh, let's move that one down a little. And then I can put the nailed it right above it because it's yellow. So I don't want to have it right next to the other yellow, but having that little separation will make it look good. So those pieces are going on, which means that I usually add a few more little embellishment details as I wrap up a layout, but this is looking overall pretty good, but I'll definitely want to like look through some of these other little pieces. But I'm getting really excited right now because I think we should do a prize because prizes are really fun. So let's go back to this. Deborah says, good afternoon. Just joining in. Had to work this morning on our way home. Deborah, you are just in time because we are getting ready to do our draw. So good timing.
Can't hear you.
Okay, you paying attention?
We can't hear
No,
you.
stop.
Alice?
Alice, we can't hear you.
Okay. Let me see if I can try another microphone. Let me know if this works.
We can hear you now.
Okay. This is my other microphone. I'm going to try to switch back to the one I normally use so I don't have to have this one in my face. Okay. Still good? Yeah, still good? Okay. Well, that was weird because I didn't do anything that changed the mic, but obviously something went wonky. Thanks for letting me know. You guys are awesome. Okay, so we've got a random number generator, bringing that up on my phone, and we are going to be out of 34. So let's generate a number 3. I can count that far. This is great. 1, 2, 3. Alex Z, because I'm Canadian. Alex Z, you are a winner today. Can you please email me at support? Support at scraphappy.org. I just want to make sure it's right. My son's been changing things and updating things. He's back. So congratulations to Alex Z. We have 2 Alexes listed here. So I just want to make sure it's Alex Z. Alex says, yay, thank you. So yeah, pop me an email, support at scraphappy.org. Don't miss the .org, and we can get you hooked up with your prize. I know Rochelle is always like waiting to get the winners. Once in a while, I don't have somebody that emails me, and it's always like, please email me, like claim your prize. They're awesome. Like you can see my kit. They're so fun. So do it immediately. Send me your message so I can pass that on. I'm so excited that you're here, Rochelle. This kit is like amazing. You did a fantastic job, as long as this is the right Rochelle. But yeah, so haha, yes, I'm waiting to send prizes. I know she will send prizes. Claim your prizes when you win. So congratulations to Alex, and we'll get the prize out ASAP. Live for April. So I stuck that on my note, and I've stuck that on my mic where I keep it until I've made sure that I've sent it to Rochelle. Beth says, I agree, a great kit this month. Love the kits. Was the winner chosen from the comments? No, I pick it from the list of participants. That way everybody has like one entry, whether you've commented or not. That way, yeah, if you're here, you can win. That's what we do. So I'm gonna play with this a little bit more and see if I can finish this off. I don't know if I have more photos printed because I do kind of like print on demand, but I've got more time, so I might just play. So I don't know if you saw Rochelle. I don't know if you were here at the whole time. I took your sketch and I kind of just rotated it a little bit to kind of square it off, and we used that sketch on the straight. So that was really fun, by the way. Just thought I would mention since that worked out so well. Marcy says, this is fun. I hate to jump off, but I have to play Mahjong with my mom and her best friend. It's like, are you doing it with like the actual tiles? I would so love to learn how to do that. Rochelle said, I saw that and I did the same thing. I love it. Oh, and I have to say, The coffee, the salted caramel. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. I gotta put my coffee down, but like seriously, 2 thumbs up. It's delicious. 2 thumbs up for that one. It's yummy. Okay, so I've got my spot for my journaling. I will say the sketch didn't have like a intrinsically journaling specific spot, so that's a bit of a struggle for me. I'm going to that sketch slanted like right now because yeah, it's so fun because I think that all the time, like we can look at a sketch and we can be like, how does that work for us? Honestly, like this page would be close to being really cool even when you turn the page. There would be a few things that I would do differently, but like even just turning it sideways, super cool sketch, right? So just the like taking a sketch and like making it fit for what you want to do and making it kind of work with your style, I think is super important. I meant to use the sketch. Okay, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, like I like it rotate. I know it's like it's really good and it actually really works when you're changing around. So it's funny how all of these things work out. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back to share my screen. If I can grab another photo, that would be good. Oh, I have like a whole pile of photos that I need to scrapbook. I have a giant box of them. So this is actually, I've made a couple pages lately that aren't out of that box, but most of my pages lately have been out of the box. Trying to catch up from this one summer where I took a million photos. Okay, so this is good. It needs a few little things. I want to definitely put something onto this spot. I'd like to look and see what we have in here. I have a couple of little puffy hearts. I've got these enamel dots. I've got, so in these little embellishments, there's some books, enamel dots. That would be perfect, actually. We've got some florals. I haven't really brought much for florals into this page. Today was tough. That's not exactly this day. Oh, I like this little tag. That would have been a good one. Does it fit somewhere? Not really. I think I don't need it anymore. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just take one of these enamel dots. One of the big ones, sure. So I'm gonna add one of these enamel dots right here so that my tag looks complete because I didn't put a hole in it. You know, I'd have to find a hole punch. I have them. Actually, I put those away consistently. That's like one of the things I actually put away really good. My hole punches and stuff like that. When things have a really permanent home in here, they tend to make it back, except for thickers. So thickers have a permanent home in my scrapbook room. However, because they're thickers, I use them quite frequently. I end up putting them on the ledge until they pile up so high. And then once I have this huge pile of them, then I sort them back into their thicker storage. You know, as long as it happens. Oh, I missed all of these ones. There's cute little things. Some days you win, some days you learn. No kidding. Authentic. Oh, I'm going to keep that one out because this is probably going to have to go on this page. And a little arrow to show how good these donuts are. Yeah, that might be a thing. Okay, so I'm going to keep these 2 pieces. The rest are going away. Might choose a couple more words, but I think this page is pretty much.
Where are you going?
Yeah. So we've got all of that. No, I think I'm going to just call this one good. I'm going to grab another photo and then I'm going to grab probably one of the other kits. I could use this kit and try to do the kill the kit, but I get so excited about all the different papers. It really, makes it really hard. Okay, so I found another photo. This is one of my cousin's daughter, Emily, and my dad when Emily came over from Wales to visit. So I'm going to set this page aside and all the little pieces. And I like to put them all back into the little plastic sleeve. I love that they use these little plastic sleeves so I can keep all the little stuff together. They don't have a zipper on them, but that's totally like, I haven't had a problem with the fact there's no zipper. I just stand them all up so everything stays in there. Now you'll notice I'm going to save like the little pieces, like even the little randomly little pieces that I have here, because they all have different little feels, and sometimes you just need that little touch of color to be there. And so I like to save even the little tiny little pieces until I'm done with that kit. So that's going to go here. Sliding in there very good. And I'm going to call this one good for now. Need some journaling. And I don't think I'll be using the sketch again, so I'm going to just move that up here. But I need to pick another one for the picture with them together. This really soft paper is super pretty, so I think we're going to go with that. It's actually not a color palette I go with all the time. And yes, my dad is wearing like an Isle of Man race shirt or something. It's something a little crazy. I know on one picture, it was like a picture of my parents on an anniversary or something. Like it was some anniversary photo, and my dad was wearing this obnoxious shirt. And I'm like, oh, what do you do with that? This one, I don't mind, like it's fine. But it was just like super off-putting. And so I actually used like the blur tool. I'm not like a good photo editor. Let's just say I don't do fancy photo effects. Like if you're a digital person, you're gonna like listen to what I did and be like, what? You did what? But you know that little tool that you can remove the blemishes on, right? The little blemish remover tool. He had this obnoxious saying on his shirt, and it wasn't that bad, but it just really stood out and it took away. I just used the little retouch tool and retouched that little thing right off his shirt. And I'm like, I think that was a good idea. Okay, so these were my bonus from my embellishment pack, the chipboard frames were. So that might be something really fun to use. I think this one might even be big enough for that big frame to use it. That's exciting. I always get stuck with like using frames. I tend to use frames more for layering than as a frame. Anybody else have that same issue? But I'm looking at this, and this frame might be big enough to fit with this picture. These are pictures taken on my DSLR camera from back in the day when I actually used to use it and know where it was. Oh, look at that. It actually fits. I'm gonna have a moment of shock and wonder here as I see that the frame will actually fit on my page. So I might use some more of these little pieces. They've actually got little bonus chipboard pieces right in the center so that they really filled up these frames. So I think they did a good job with that. Then I have the lovely sticker sheet. But I think right now we have to pick some paper, right? And home is where the flowers grow. There's some like Wellingtons there. I've got this nice soft. I love this floral paper so much. The windows. It's too wild. The florals are nice. This background is too simple. Too simple. Right? So I think we can go with those florals if we use some other stuff, right? If we use some other stuff. I'm going to do a split page corner to corner. So those are always a little fun and tricky because having that cut from corner to corner is the challenge, right? But let's do it. Let's do it. So if anybody knows a really super simple way to cut a paper on diagonal when you don't have a longer paper trimmer, let me know now before I make this before I make some huge mistake. You're like, Alice, wait, you're gonna do it all wrong. Because you see, like it just doesn't fit. So what I have done is actually used my sewing ruler to draw the line. And I know if you've heard me talk about sewing on layouts, you know that I don't like to sew, but I made my son a quilt the other year out of his old swim t-shirts. And so I had to buy sewing supplies. So now I have this giant sewing ruler. Any straight edge will work, but this is clear. So it lets me kind of see what I need to line up and get my corners lined up. And then I can cut it. If I do this on my page, I could probably cut it with an X-Acto knife. Oh, I wouldn't want to cut my thing. That would be more traumatic than cutting this badly with scissors. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna cut on an angle here. So I want to have some of these flowers, but I think having a whole background of flowers will be overwhelming. Overwhelming to say the least. So here we go. I'm just gonna cut with scissors. It feels so weird to cut with scissors when it's like a big straight cut. I see some people that are scrapbookers that use their scissors to cut straight cuts and stuff all the time. And I'm always shocked. But I think it's because I learned right from the beginning to do everything with a paper trimmer that scissors are not my favorite to do. But it works. It's beautiful. It's going to be wonderful. Okay. Now this has like really cute things in the back of it, but I think that using this as the opposite corner for doing a split page would be really pretty. So we're going to do that. My other option is to turn this over and use it, which I could also do, and that would also be really pretty. But I can use this more for matting. So let's do that. Ooh, we have this frame and it is blue. So I'm going to be using that for matting. So yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to go with it. We'll grab that paper and we're going to grab this other piece that we flipped, and that is going to become my base for this page. Now I'm seeing this little bit of black, and I'm kind of liking that. What do you guys think? A little bit of black looks kind of nice, right? Shoot, okay. Okay, make me think. This is how scrapbooking works, right? You find one idea and you're like, oh, that was good. Oh, wait, now we're gonna do something else. So I'm gonna cut a 1/4 inch off of this one side here. And normally I cut at the top, but I can see this here easy from the bottom, and I've got the edge lined up. That's what I need, is a nice straight edge here. Cut that off of the one side. And I have to do the same for this blue one. So I'll put this in here and cut the 1/4 inch off of there. Now we have a little bit of black around the edges. It's cute. I like it. So let's stick this down. Let's make it happen. No change in your mind, right? And then we took this beautiful floral paper, which is really pretty, but you know, half of this picture is my dad you know, it's not like he's anti-flower, but you know, it's not necessarily the first thing I think of. But scrapbooking relationships like this, I think it's fine. There we go. Yeah, this is a super pretty print. And this is that nice Cartabella paper, so it has the texture to it. Okay, well, that feels like a lot of tape, so it should be sticking. Now we'll see. Any imperfections in lining it up are seriously down to my scissor cutting skills. So I'm actually going to erase a little bit of that just by slightly overlapping that seam. Just a little tiny bit, just so I don't have that black line down the middle. So it's like a teeny tiny bit overlapped, but it took any of the problems with my scissor skills right out of the equation. Okay, now I still have this cut apart sheet, and I can use one of these little pieces if I want. There is one here that's kind of designed for some journaling potentially. I don't know how much I'm going to want to journal on this page, but at least I'll have the option. Ooh, and there's this nice little floral too. Okay, I'm gonna make this picture fit in this frame. So I have to take a little bit of space off the top and off the side to make it fit. Let's see here. I could bring in the black polka dot, says Marsha. I know, the black polka dot. I love that one. Beth says, I have the new Creative Memories trimmer, but I don't see how you'd make this cut. I know, it's like so tricky when you have those diagonal, because it's so long, right? Like the Pythagorean theorem is kicking into play there. My son showed me a thing the other day, and before I could even read the writing on it, it was a diagram. I have to show you guys. It was so funny. Okay. So they did this little, it had this little sketch, and it showed people right here, and they were 6 feet apart, 6 feet apart, 6 feet apart, 6 feet apart. And so they had all these little arrows, right, with their 6 feet, keeping everybody apart. And then they had lines like this, and they said 6 feet apart, 6 feet apart. And like literally before I could even see, so they had in the center that like they're showing 6 feet apart all these ways, and then they're going across the center, and I'm like, whoa, like they're breaking math here. And apparently the comment was, hey, Pythagoras, try not to roll over, or something. Like it was like Pythagoras is having, you know, a meltdown right now or something. It was just super funny because I'm like, yeah. Obviously, my math skills were still strong enough to detect that major problem, so I felt quite proud. Okay. There, that's good. That fits. One thing about chipboard that you have to pop out is those little nubby ends. Does anybody else get like super like obsessed about the little nubby ends when you're popping chipboard out? It's like a problem. Which is why I have a file handy. Okay, so Vicky says align up the two opposite corners so you can straight down. But how? Sounds like there's some interesting ideas going on in the chat for dealing with the problems. Vicky says her new Creative Memory one makes diagonals easy. Cool. And there's a video. Little windows on the paper. I could cut those. Yes, I agree. The windows. Super adorable. Okay, now this is gonna go here, but I definitely want to have something that removes it from this part. So I think depending on what I have for like a little floral embellishment that goes around the edge of that frame, that could be something pretty. Maybe having some of the little icons, like the little flower cart, like the windows, those kind of things could be good. Yes, I will fussy cut. It's not, I don't have to like it, but I can do it. There's some great, oh, see, I wouldn't even have to fussy cut the cart because it's right here. That's nice. There's another little window here. This cart looks like it's getting married. Does anybody feel that? That's like a marriage cart. It's got flowers on it. If a car has flowers on it, that means weddings, right? Like, to me, that says maybe not for this one. This phone booth might be really cute because my cousin's from Wales, you know, the phone booth. Marcia says bring in some black. Needs a little bit of that black. These little flowers are adorable. Do you think I should like matte this whole section, or am I gonna need that if I start adding the pieces? I guess I can start adding pieces and then we'll see. Tell me about the matting, or give me another suggestion for the black. I'm all game. Having cooperative scrapbook pages, outsourcing my scrapbook ideas. I'm all over it. I'm all over it. Help a girl out. There we go. Their faces are centralized in there. So nice. What did I touch? I touched something. I've got ink on my hands. Shocking. This is just the kind of thing that happens up here. Thankfully, I've been using my craft scrubby so much lately. Oh, I like the black floral matte or a black title. A black title, I think, is definitely going to have to happen. And if I can find something that's really scrolly, you know, and pretty, be kind of perfect. I guess I could write something scrolly and pretty. That would be an option. Yeah. Okay, so I think before I add in the black matte, I will see what I can create as a little cluster that goes around this. So I think that would be a fun idea. I'm gonna move this black paper out of here. I've got my giant sewing ruler that can go.
Hey, Alice,
Yeah.
here's another thought. You can use your machine to cut out your title.
What? What? You can do that with us?
I'm getting ready to do that on my silhouette.
So I don't know that I have many things that I can cut. If it's not built into the machine, I don't have it right now because I'm still in that learning stage, let's just say. Definitely still in that learning stage, but oh, this is so cute.
You should have just gotten a silhouette, then we could have helped you.
It does similar things. You can like upload this stuff to it and things. Like, I know, I really contemplated the whole silhouette versus kind of, I had that whole discussion. I don't know if I'm gonna need the black matte. See, when I layer a bunch of these pieces, this is like sticky. I could cut it out if I wanted to be able to move it around. But if I layer all of those, will I need the black? There'll be little black accents on some of this too. I'm excited. This is pretty. Little market cart. If I layer them underneath, is that going to be weird, or do they have to go over top? This, I'm kind of wishing I had more florals, honestly. Like, I need like a whole pack of flowers to do the thing that I want to do. but there's cute little windows. There's
Put black, I'm sorry, I should be typing, but put black behind your mat. Put another mat behind there with the black.
I think it should be matted with some more black. I was gonna
Or
do
either the pink.
edge of this. I think that once I put the little flower, like the little pieces in behind it, I won't need the black mats, right? Because I don't think that I'll need it then. It'll be a little more pastel-y, but then the pieces that I do add the black, we're gonna go like pow and kind of pop right out, right? Especially since I have that black little piece. Okay, I'm just gonna start sticking stuff down. That's what I'm gonna do. And hopefully I like it because I think these are gonna stick really good. So that's what we're going to. We're gonna start sticking. Gonna start sticking. I think I need a smaller little piece. And see, then I can create some layers in this too. Right, so I've got the market cart, I've got this. And then I can have like a little cart. And I think that when I create this, some of them are going to, I'll pop a few little smaller pieces up around this. So I'll create a little bit of a frame around it first. Perfect. Ooh, I really like this little Wellington boot too. Let's see if that's popped up on here or something. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna stick some of them onto foam tape and pop them up. I think this is gonna come together. It's gonna be beautiful. Sometimes it's just like in all the planning, right? Sometimes it's like, well, I like matting, but sometimes the matting might take us away from where we want to go. So this looks like it's gonna be good. Okay, I'm gonna have to stick this down eventually, but right now this is gonna come slightly on top like that. So I'm gonna have to stick it down to get it. Okay. Well, it's good. Once you make a decision, then you just kind of work with that from there, right? Okay, does this look centered-ish? I think so. Okay, so then in the cluster, I'll have little pieces that stick up more. Cool. Okay, this is working now. I feel like I found my groove. it was like, that initial planning stage when you're starting the new page can be tricky. And now that I've kind of got the plan, it's like it's all working. So Deborah says, I need a very simple lesson on the silhouette. I know I need to do more simple lessons on my brother scanning cut. I've done a couple of really cool things with it so far. I cut some vinyl and I made a little thing to go on one of my coffee cups. So that was kind of fun. And this is really big. So I think that's going to go over there instead. Yeah, that's better. But yeah, Vicky says, I like the scan and cut, especially for crops. You can download what you want to cut and don't need to be hooked up to a computer. And I used my silhouette a couple times, but it's much more computer oriented. And that's what I wanted. I wanted something that wasn't going to be leaving me stuck playing on the computer the whole time. That's literally why I went to that one. So yeah, it's make a copy for practice with your scan and cut, Ellis. as long as it has a solid line, you can choose to have a border around it or not. That's right. I know. I haven't done a lot of the scanning and cutting part with it yet. So that is something that I will be, that I'm still working on for my skills. There are some cute little flowers that are hanging here. And I think if I just stole a couple of those, I don't know. Maybe wanting to put that one up there. So I need one more little piece right there, I think. Let's try that. There's another window. There's this glass thing. And then that should move me over enough to have mine gather right there. Perfect. Cool. And I still want to have a little more something right in here. It's feeling a little empty. I don't need another green piece there. It's looking weird with the green. So I think I'll go back to, oh, there's a nice flower right there. Cool. Nice flowers. Tuck them in. Perfect. Okay, so I've got my little stuff. I want to put a little something here, but I think that those will come in the embellishments little section. So then I can add my title, nice little scrolly title, and journaling. Good question. Good question. I might have to sneak the journaling in and do a little hidden pocket. So sometimes that happens. But I could do that up here just by hiding it underneath this little piece. So that's what I might end up doing. But that looks good. That looks good. I like the layer. I've got a little bit of stuff that's popped up. I could use like another little tiny little piece, but I don't pop those up in the embellishment part. I think it's so pretty. So pretty. Lots of little icons and fun. So that looking good. Well, I think put one of the hats on your mom. That's my cousin's daughter, actually. But I think if I put it on her, I would feel like it would take away from my picture. So I don't think I'll stick that there. But yeah, I like the overall look. I like the little florals. I feel that the telephone booth is like a little nod to the little Wellington boots also, because like my dad is from Wales and she's from Wales. So I feel that some of these things kind of have the little elements that tie me back to this. I have this little cute little bow, and I think that if there's a spot where I feel like I need a little bit more black, I can add that little bow in there. I want to see what it looks like once I add some words on here, but I'm definitely not good to be playing with my scan and cut and trying to print something like that out while we're here. I think that will be quite the distraction. But yeah, this paper is gorgeous. Gorgeous. See, I could have used a little more of the green, but oh yeah, it's just so pretty. So pretty. Well, I love it. Love the layout, says Alex. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go back here and say, make sure you can hear me. Donna, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Yep. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. This has been so much fun. These papers, so gorgeous. I just love my kits from the ScrapRoom. If you have not bought a ScrapRoom kit, do yourself a favor. It's not like a commitment. That's one of the things when we think of kit clubs, we think of commitments. You can just order one off. Like it's not like you have to sign up for a big commitment. So you can go and order a kit. You go to scrap-room.com and that's where you can get yourself a flavors of the month. They have another kit too called the double shot kit. So if you're like, Alice, those kits are really small for the kind of scrapbooking that I do, check out their double shot kit, because that they have different papers that go into those ones. So you can actually get a flavors of the month, the double shot, the embellishment pack. You can get all the things and still have different papers to work with. Having 4 different paper collections every month come into my room gives me that kind of chance to play with all the different collections that are out there, which I really enjoy. If you're catching this on the replay and you're like, hey, I want to take part in this next time, make sure that you're on the email list. I don't send a lot of emails. Trust me, I just don't have time for that. So you can sign up without getting a bunch of spammy stuff. I do send most Fridays a Friday 5 email with 5 fun things that I can share with you. And yesterday's email actually had a picture of my baby chicks that we hatched last week, just in time for Easter. So I made sure that that was in there. It's always something to hopefully put a smile on your face, things that are making me excited right now. Coming up soon in the Scrap Happy community, we have a load challenge coming up. It is called Live Golden. It is inspired by the Golden Girls. And we are going to be scrapbooking the whole month of May inspired by the Golden Girls. If you wanted to come and join our Scrap Happy family, load challenges are all included in membership. And so you can come and join us for that. You go to scraphappy.org. You can even do like /join, or just go to scraphappy.org and say, find out more about the membership. And that is a lot of fun. Vicky said, I saw the great layout Christina Sorge made of your chick pictures. I know, and now I'm like intimidated to scrapbook them myself because she did such a good job. But she's gonna send it to me, so then I'm gonna have it. So that's gonna be amazing too. And then if you're not ready for a commitment of joining our membership, you can just take a load challenge and join us just for load. So that's going to be open for registration soon. If you want to make sure that you're on the notification for when registration opens, it should be early next week. So you can go to scraphappy.org, look for load either in the menu or do a /load behind the scraphappy.org, and that's going to be there. Marcia says, can you add all of this month's events to the actual calendar? Only the chat room and Happy at Home are on there right now. Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm going to get them added. I just didn't get all the links created. So yeah, they're going to be there for all of them on our calendar within our membership. There's actually also a free calendar if you're like, hey, Alice, what are the free things you're doing? Like that Happy at Home series I'm doing. The links for everything in there's a free calendar right on the homepage of the Scrap Happy site. So you can join the free calendar. And members, we have a special calendar for us as well. And you can get that in our circle community. So that is all of the stuff that is going on right now. Well, that's a piece of all of the stuff that's going on right now. I look forward to seeing if you're using some of our sketches, like Sarah's sketches, our regular monthly sketch, all of the stuff. Check the calendar. We have a lot of fun things happening this month. Like I said, mentioned that Scrap Smarter session with Amy will be coming up later this month. If you're not a member, you have to get on the email list to make sure you do that. So yeah, Vicky says, thanks, Alice, for another fun time. Thank you so much. I really enjoy our time together, and I look forward to more of this. So I will talk to you soon, everyone. Bye.